What you done? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Bet I'm in the break room. What you doing? What you doing? Like, what we doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room.
Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. Your man Big Bink and my main man Action Jackson right here. Hold on, man. I got so much stuff going on. Hold on 1 second, bro. Do your thing.
Yay! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Hope you had a great holiday, great Memorial Day. Spent time with your family and did all the good things that you wanted to do, and hopefully got a barbecue in or something like that. Got a good meal. And unfortunately for us, here in the Metroplex area, at least for me and my family, we didn't get a chance to do none of that because the weather here was so horrible. It actually rained all day yesterday in the DFW area, and we didn't get a chance to do anything. So basically all we did was just stay in the house, kind of like cuddle up on the couch and did a whole lot of movie watching. we didn't do a lot of anything yesterday as far as Memorial Day festivities are concerned. What you would typically do.
Yeah, it was horrible, man. It was raining. It was nasty. It was great. What's up, Coy? How you feeling?
Hey, Coy.
Great. Hey, y'all.
How was your Memorial Day? We know it was a wet Memorial Day, but how was your holiday?
It rained here.
Oh, I forgot you in H-Town. I'm thinking you still here. Yeah. Oh, it didn't rain in Houston. The sun was out. It was nice.
Yep. Very nice.
Yeah, it poured from the moment I got up, which is always early in the morning, until I went to sleep. It was like raining all day.
Yeah, my granny had told me that, but I didn't do nothing. I went to work. I went to Walmart. I cooked.
Yeah.
And I went to sleep. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, and then here it rained again today, so it's just been raining and the grass all soggy, and people who live in Dallas Fort Worth, you already know. Let me check in with that boy Mel's is here. Frank, what's up, Frank? We still praying for you, Big Frank, and our homegirl Kathy is on right now. So hello to everybody there. Frank,
what's up, Mel's, Kat? What's going on? Yeah, it didn't rain on this side of town today for us. It was just like that London gloomy overcast. So I did get a chance to go out to the golf course, but I didn't play. I just practiced, but it was like really gloomy. So it was kind of bad. What's up, Kevin?
Kevin Kirksey, one of our. Oh man, hold on, I'm representing right here. Are you kidding me?
There you
That's
go.
what that is. Kevin Kirksey, man. Go to kevinkirksey.com and get y'all shirts, get y'all hats, get y'all purses, get y'all shoes, get your jogging suits. Represent for your college. If his college ain't on his repertoire of clothes, he'll make it for you. You just gotta let him know. kevinkirksey.com. It's a lot of stuff going on in the news, man. Yesterday, for me going to school in Oklahoma, Tulsa is probably about 2.5 to 3 hours from Langston University where I went. And yesterday they were commemorating. No, it's today. Today commemorates 100 years since the they call it the riots. I'm just gonna call it the racist attack on black people in the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is where black people were thriving, doing their own thing, had their own setup, businesses. The dollar turned over in that community a lot before it left that community. People would go work in the suburbs and in South Tulsa and work for be maids and carpenters and all that stuff, but they would come back to the neighborhood to sustain the Greenwood district where businesses was thriving. And something happened and it ended up being totally burnt down by a bunch of white supremacists who didn't want to see black people thrive way back then. And if I'm not mistaken, there are only 2 survivors left, and they got to be well over. Well, that's 100 years right there, so they got to be well over 100, maybe 103, maybe 102. Obviously there were babies. They were babies at that time, but they are on record as as survivors. And this is something, Coy, that they didn't teach in the history books. I
learned it on Twitter.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sad.
they didn't teach that in the history books, and it's almost like, with, and you know what, boy, you bring up a great point with the with social media being a part of everyday life now. Is so it's you can't escape nothing because it's gonna get exposed. Like, you can't escape anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's great. You learned that on Twitter. I learned it when I was in college at Langston. I mean, we only learned about the Underground Railroad and Martin Luther King pretty much, growing up, those two things.
The stuff that was able to be broadcasted then, I feel
Sure.
like, because I mean, he was on TV, like, so I mean, you
Yeah.
can't say that didn't happen.
That's true. That's true. Whereas Harriet Tubman, you're right, she wasn't on TV. And the stuff she did and movies that's coming out about her now. And matter of fact, I just watched a movie about her. I forget what it was called, but it was really good, telling the story about Harriet Tubman. So yeah, that thing with the here we go. Kevin Kersey got an update. Viola Fletcher and Leslie Bedingfield Randall, the two people that are survivors. And I hope, just like they came up with that anti-Asian hate bill, I mean, the anti-crime bill for Asian people, like, this 2021, like, we can't get no hate crime for people and all the stuff that's going to happen to us. That should have been done in 1922. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they're not coming with that.
I know.
I'm not even trying to be rude, but they made that for them. But if we go to their country, they disrespect us. It was, when COVID happened over there, they kicked a lot of Black people out of their apartments, on the streets. But then they come over here, and I'm not saying nobody don't respect. I mean, aren't supposed to get respect, but it's just weird to me.
Yeah, well, yeah, they treat people different in different countries because they don't have the same values as we have here in America. Unfortunately, it's not reciprocated how we treat people across the planet, because they could treat you totally different in a foreign country than they would treat you here in the United States, or you would expect to be treated in the United States, because their laws are different, their cultures are different, and just the way they are just totally different. So, what can you say about that?
Yeah. Glenda says, hey, Glenda. Glenda says she learned about it at San Francisco State, the Tulsa riots. Shout out Abe Mack, just checking in. What's up with you, big bro?
What's up, Big Abe?
Kathy said they're trying to sweep all Black history under the rug as if it never happened.
Yeah, because I talk, not talk, but when I was listening to some of the stuff, because the president, and actually was the first president in our history since that happened to go to Tulsa for that commemoration, since it happened, and they were talking to a lot of people. They don't even teach that in their own history in Oklahoma. Tulsa is history. They don't teach the kids that in school, like what happened in their own community. So you can't expect the rest of the planet to get that history and that education if they're not even teaching it in the local municipality that it actually happened in. So
great point. There is a book I learned on CNN. They had the documentary for the Tulsa riots. There is a book that gives an account of things that happened that day, told from some of the survivors at the time it was written. So there is some literature that can be passed down and taught in schools. People just got it, and I don't even know the name of the book. I think it's called something as simple as the Tulsa riots, but somebody was able to talk to survivors and document that and put it in a book. And it was they just gave a little excerpt on it on CNN, but I thought that was very interesting. And Billy was out there. I saw you on Greenwood Avenue. You was out there with Roland. He was out there with Roland. I saw he took a picture of him. They hate because we bully them to become the power we are. That's true. And on the other side of the tracks, business was thriving. We was on our side. They was on our side, but they didn't want to see it. They didn't want to let us eat. You know what I'm saying? So they do what they always do. They just make it difficult and find a reason to come tear shit up. Remember that movie Rosewood? I don't know if y'all saw that. Rosewood?
Yeah.
This is back with Ving Rhames and Esther Rolle from Good Times, and that story about how they blew that and burnt that town up. Very similar to the story of the Tulsa riot. So, Billy says 3 survivors. It's 3 of them. He was down there today. Yeah, I saw the picture. I saw the picture rolling with his dashiki on.
Yeah, appreciate you tagging me on that one too, Billy. He tagged me on social media. I got that. That was a good look. I appreciate that.
And the unfiltered tag. But I mean, there's so much stuff going on. I want to talk about this right here. Let's take a look at this.
We are going to sue you. Sit down, don't you dare! Don't you dare touch me! Don't you dare touch a flight attendant like this! Sit down! You have to get me! She came at her first! Sit down! Sit down! Sit down! On her a child, too. She on her you know how to behave, it wouldn't have happened. She came at her first.
So that happened on a flight, I think from San Francisco to San Diego. People acting a fool. The lady wanted to fight the flight. I mean, she wanted to fight the flight attendant. Now, I don't know what they was fighting for. But I was very surprised. Two white women about to go at it on the plane. But the brother stepped in, and I'm surprised he's not being charged with assault right now.
No, I mean, put it this way: you are never, ever going to win in that situation when you taking on the flight attendant, because all they're gonna do is radio in to where you get taken to, and get a flight marshal or get the police when you land. And it's just going to be on and cracking. And that's if they're in the air. If they didn't take off, they would just not even let the plane take off and call the police. You're not going to win in that situation. You're not.
Have they ever heard of a no-fly list?
Yeah, exactly.
They put people on that?
Yes, they do put people on those no-fly lists.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that person that hit that basketball player, got banned for life from the stadium. So I mean, it's I mean, you are not going to win trying to take on the flight attendant. Never.
Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned that about the basketball player, because these fans are acting a fool in the NBA playoffs. Look at this.
Come out and boo, yell all you want. We encourage that. This is just plain stupidity. Somebody pouring some popcorn, and any athlete, being Westbrook or whomever, they are pumped with their adrenaline.
So we got the dude that poured the popcorn on Westbrook. We got the white boy who threw the bottle at Kyrie Irving. You got the dude in New York who spit on Trae Young. And it was one more. Oh, the dude in D.C. that decided to run on the basketball court yesterday and post security guard. The security guard was struggling. I wish I had that so I could show y'all. The security guard was struggling, trying to restrain him. And what make it so funny, the dude that ran on the court, he wasn't even trying to fight back. He was just laying there. But the security guard was really trying to restrain him, and he couldn't because he was so short. It was hilarious. But action, what's wrong with these people, man?
I think people just through social media, probably being locked down for a year in a pandemic and other things. People got a lot of frustrations, a lot of things going on in their life, and they trying to let a lot of anxiety out right now. And then we can't discount the fact that we are still freshly out of an administration of a president that emboldened this type of activity.
Right, making it okay. And he still got a hold on the GOP and the Republican Party right now. Yeah. So here's the thing. You just said it. People are trying their best to get out. People, these mandates going around talking about you don't need no mask no more. 40% of America has been vaccinated. All we need is 85 to 70%. You got people who don't believe in the vaccine. You got people who only took one shot. You got people who don't want to wear masks. And then more important than that, you got people who just want to get outside and be around people. You got a lot of hermits out there that's so excited to be around people, they don't know how to act. Example, fighting on a damn plane.
That's stupid.
throwing popcorn on people, spitting on people, shooting people. Like it's gonna be the wild, wild west this summer. I hate to say it. It's gonna be it's gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah, that mass murder that happened in Florida, where
At the club.
Did you see the video of those 3 guys that they showed jumping out of the vehicle?
Out of the white
yeah.
SUV.
And they credit that. Well, they don't know yet because the investigation is still under investigation. So I'll go with Sexy Mo. Allegedly, shout out Sexy Mo on the morning show. This is over music. It's over like they say it might be over like music, like like not a gang type music, but like an artist, like an artist put out a song and the people that came out was supposedly offended by the song.
Oh,
that's so stupid.
It's so true. I mean, what you just said right there is so true because my little nephew died the same way on Mother's Day. The same way. Some old social media stuff. He said something, they retaliated, and they killed him.
I think it's always social media, even with the basketball stuff. I mean, yeah, people are a little more bold, but I think somebody did it to be funny and to go viral on social media. Their little 2 seconds of fame, even though it's not good attention. Some people don't care about what attention it is. And honestly, I wouldn't even have thrown anything at Russell Westbrook. He looked crazy. So they should have known he was going to act up.
Yeah. And, the funny thing about it is there's cameras everywhere. So whatever you do, people will see you. Even when the Malice in the Palace back in that was 2005 or something like that, when the Pistons played the Indiana Pacers. And this is probably one of the longest fights, documented fights in NBA history, which involved players, fans, children, officials.
Children?
Oh yeah. I mean, children just happen to be in the way. They just happened to be in the way, and they were victims. And so this is one of the craziest fights ever with Ron Artest, Ben Wallace, Steven Jackson, and more people, and it was crazy. But these fans have lost their mind. Now, what it's doing is, if you follow the NBA, it's putting a stain on the NBA right now. And I hope Adam Silver, I think that's the commissioner, I hope he put out a statement or say something. Because, I mean, a lifetime ban is good and all that stuff, but what is the NBA saying about these acts? Kyrie Irving already said, look, they treat us like we in a zoo anyway. You know what I'm saying? They treat us like animals at the zoo, like just a damn circus. We putting on the show for them. The NBA action is 75% black.
Yeah, I mean, they need to do something more to actually protect the players. Not that I don't think that these players can't handle themselves because, again, let's remember it's the NBA. These dudes work out. They running up and down the court. They in shape, and you a fan, and you want to take on some, you want to take on somebody like that. You think you got some skills like that to take on an NBA player? I mean, you need to rethink your strategy for real. But I just think people inside the stadiums and stuff like that. Again, I think the lines have been drawn in America. The lines have been drawn. You know what I mean? Like, again, from this past administration, where things have been set from the insurrection, from the division, from the divisions in America. I truly believe the battle lines have been drawn, and you either playing on team A or team B right now. And if you playing for a certain team, you really don't care. You don't have no kind of respect for authority and no kind of respect for what's going on. You could do or feel emboldened to do whatever you want to do. And these people say that they respect the blue. Remember, they used to be all back the blue and protect the blue. But then they going up killing police officers at the Capitol. They beating police officers, calling them all kind of names.
Did you hear about the news story about the officer that got murdered?
No.
So a lady, I guess, killed him. She said that she was handing his gun back to him. Don't know how she ended up with a police officer's gun, but she said as she was handing it to him, it went off. And then they threw him in a lake.
What?
Oh wow.
They
This is
just
at
posted about it.
this at the Capitol, or this just some random stuff?
The cap, it was random. Let me see if I can find it. I just read about it today, and I was like, that don't sound right.
Yeah, that sounds like some shady stuff. That sounds like some
Yeah, and it was
some,
a black officer.
Sure, it
And
was. That's why nobody been talking about it. Absolutely. There you
and
go.
and a white lady.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I mean you
there,
just
whoops,
you
there
done
it
said it
is.
all. Yeah, you done said it
Yeah,
all.
let me
This a
see.
black dude. They acting like that never happened. That never happened.
Mhm.
And while you tripping, they gonna turn it around and say that he probably tried to sexually assault her and she feared for her life. So in an effort to defend herself, his gun accidentally fell in her hand.
Here, can y'all see it? Oh, let me see.
Put it up to the camera on your computer.
Oh yeah, talking about doing it out of South
do I-
Africa. Was that South?
Yeah, it says.
It was in a foreign country. He's from like South Africa or Jamaica, somewhere like that.
Yeah, well, they really don't care about black
Yeah, I
people.
can't see it, but yeah, they said that she was just charged with manslaughter,
Sure, she was.
Yeah,
negligent.
And she can get off on that.
Yeah, I think I remember that. That was not here. I think that's in like Jamaica or like South Africa.
Yeah, because look at his uniform.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Put it up to the camera on your computer, Coy.
How you do that?
Where's your camera at? Look at the green dot on your computer. Lord, y'all help
green, blue, whatever a light is flashing on your computer.
You looking at it, it's to your.
Oh, you talking about that? I'm thinking you saying like connect my phone to the computer.
No, just there you go. Just put it right there. Now bring it. Just leave it right there. Shot a police officer in the head action while trying to hand him his weapon. Damn, she cute though. Officials found his body in the ocean.
No, she's not. No, she's not. But yeah, it's like I think he's like it's in one of those foreign, maybe even closer than that. But it's not here. So yeah, that's going to be a different kind of justice system.
Yeah.
A few fans at the game and a bunch of fanatics at the game. Yeah, it is fanatics. And if you go, Frank, to some of these other games, I mean, I just think things are going to get worse. People got a lot of tension. It's a lot of tension in America that has been unresolved because, again, from the insurrection and what's going on, and then again how these states is trying to push these voting laws and trying to push these gun laws now, and just at the speed of everything that's going on, people are starting to really get nervous and really starting to get a lot of tension. And I totally agree with you, Bink. It's going to be a hot summer. It's going to be
gun sales are up over 50%. Like people making sure they're packing. And now you got states like Texas that's trying to pass this law that say you can be 18 and carry a gun. You don't need a permit, but it didn't pass, right? Actually, it didn't pass in the House, right?
Well, no. Right now, the Democrats are kind of playing hardball in the Republican House here in Texas, but the Republicans have a supermajority, so they can pass stuff. It's just a matter of time before it gets passed. Yeah, and it just from a general purpose out there, if you're listening, everybody on the planet, what rational 18-year-old do you know? I wasn't rational at 18.
I was, but
no, you are not rational at 18. Nobody's rational at 18. Nobody has a I think the rational thought at 18, if you get put in a situation and you have a gun on you, to really think that out. Yeah. Like if you were 18, B, and you were in a real heated situation, would you rationally think that out and say to yourself, well, I got a gun on me, let me calmly work through this? Or would you be very quick at your 18? Remember Bink at 18 to pull out that gun?
Oh man, shit. I'm straight thinking about the consequences, man. I had too many people around me that filled that void just doing dumb shit. I had too many of them around me, but I was doing just the opposite because everybody knew my mama.
Yeah. I mean,
I knew my mama.
Me, no. I'm sorry. If I would have had a gun at 18, and I joined the Army, so I basically did have a gun at 18, except for I was like, authorized to use it in a certain manner. But at that point in time, seriously, at 18, I had my own personal gun. And that's why I didn't own a personal gun at 18. Because at 18, no, you would not want to run into action and just trigger me in some kind of wrong way. that would have not been a good outcome.
I don't even agree with that law because Dallas, it's a shootout every weekend at the clubs, especially strip clubs. Ecstasy always getting shot up. It's
Yeah.
always something getting shot up, especially in Deep Ellum as well. It's become
What you would
really
think
dangerous out there.
Deep Ellum is kind of like a happy hippie place where everybody be smiling and everybody, smoking weed, getting tattoos, drinking beer, smiling,
But you know
hugging
why?
each other.
Smoking weed.
You know why?
Why?
They have clubs for people that are under 18, or I mean not under, that are 18 now.
18 and up.
Because Deep Ellum used to only be 21 and up. Like when I went out there, it was I couldn't do anything because at the time I wasn't 21.
Right. Deep Ellum is a little area here in Dallas where you have your underground hip hop following, you got your tattoo spots, you got your cool restaurants, studios, all kind of graffiti.
They got this beignet place down there for all my people from the NO. They got this beignet place that is banging. Oh my God. No, the beignets is fire, Coy. I gotta take you there when you come back. Down to Deep
Is it like the ones in Louisiana?
Dead on. Dead on. They
I might have
similar,
I need to go.
Similar to the Hyde Park area in Chicago, similar to Easton and Columbus, Ohio. I mean, it's just like a little
similar to U Street in Washington, DC. I mean, just you there. You in the heart of it.
Yeah. So, but it's funny you mentioned, people shooting up the club. There was a national blog that picked up a fight. I don't know what club this was, but it was in Dallas, and they was acting a fool. They was fighting. I don't know what club it was though. It looked. I don't know where it was, but it was a strip club here in Dallas.
Oh wow!
But then,
it was Ecstasy.
Is that what it was? Yeah,
I think it was Ecstasy.
Yeah, them fools fighting, and with the funny part in the video, people just carrying on like. The girl had a white thong on. She was just doing her job, like, they fighting. Well, I think she was a waitress. She was like, y'all thirsty?
They're probably used to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They probably used to it. And also in Dallas yesterday, probably in the afternoon, there was a report of an active shooter in North Park Mall.
Wow.
Now, North Park Mall is one of the high-end malls in Dallas. And again, bull crap can happen anywhere. But like when you go up in the mall, like the North Park Mall, and so there's some video going around. Here's a little piece of what we thought was an active shooter, and I'll explain after the video.
Hey, this LA all over again, bro.
So that where Coy go?
She was running. She thought the video was real. She thought Coy started running. She was like, "Oh, let me." People running. You see people running, you gone. Coy running
like,
for real.
Coy was like, "Well, that video probably gonna be about a minute. Let me go up here and do whatever." So, come to find out, this particular video was a dude with some mental challenges who was banging his skateboard on the floor. So you figure those wheels and that floor meeting each other, making that sound like gunshots. But they were reporting an active shooter on the news and on all the outlets yesterday. So, but it was some dude and they got him in custody, but some dude with a skateboard. But again, it's so much mental stuff going on right now. Again, actually, like you said, they haven't had a time to release, especially for those in institutions who probably was confined just to do certain things because they couldn't move around. They couldn't go out and get their little air and all that old stuff. You know what I'm saying? But now with the pandemic on the back end, again, all this stuff is about to be released. Yeah, I mean, you at the gas station getting gas, and you think the dude next to you getting gas in his car is normal, but it's not a guarantee that he is. And so you just kind of got to watch out. Because like you said, man, it's going to be a crazy summer, man. It's going to be crazy.
I live by the model that they taught us in the Army. And shout out again, all my people that served and all the families that have giving the ultimate sacrifice of giving their lives in the service of this country. And that was what really yesterday was about. But the motto that we learned in the Army is stay alert, stay alive. And I keep my head on a swivel when I'm out, and I stay alert, I stay alive. I mean, you rarely catch me sleeping where I'm just like in a total fog and not being aware of my surroundings, what's going on. And it's crazy though to think, because if you show that video again, you saw them old ladies running. People are conditioned now. You hear stuff like that, you just start running. You start panicking. People start tripping. I mean, because there's no place you can go today where it cannot happen.
Let's take a look.
Hey, this LA all over again, bro.
On. They trying to get out.
You real.
I'm laughing
In
because
my
now it's
opinion-
funny. Just he was trying to get out of there. That's hilarious. It's not funny, but it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, you can always laugh after the fact,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
then the comedy could come in. But I'm sure during that time, those ladies it probably needed some Depends on, because they probably twinkled a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't have to hear or see anything. If I see you running, I'm just gonna run with you. That's my rule. I don't even know what you're running for. I'm just gonna run because you running.
Yeah, I'm not that runner. You're not gonna catch me in the back. If it's a situation like that, I'm like, dude, that was behind that column talking about it's LA all over again. I'm posted up right there, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting right there. No,
I'm not recording
running.
nothing. I'm running. I'm getting out. I'm finding an exit.
No, I'm finding some cover. I'm not running, because if you're running, you got your back maybe to the problem. And if you got a shooter at your back, then you're just gonna get capped in the back while you're running, not even know it's coming. But no, I'm not. I'm stupid now. Only reason I say that though, and feel confident about saying that again, and I hate to keep reiterating this because people gonna see me when I'm out and be like, "Oh man, action carrying." But I don't go any place without my gun. No place. And it's like it's very rare, because again, we can especially us here in Texas, B.
Yeah.
We could call schools, churches, now malls, all these places where you thought was safe, where you felt like you were secure, all had people in there that had shootouts or people killed. Or there have been mass murders in churches, schools, malls, restaurants, wherever you want to go. People have been mass murdered here in those places where you thought you were safe or secure. So again, I'm at that position in my life right now where I don't feel secure nowhere. My only security to protect me and to protect my family and those around me is to make sure I'm constantly armed and ready to defend myself and those around me. So again, that's my mindset, and that's how I do. So yeah, if that was me in the mall yesterday, I would just crouch down and be like, okay, if they come this way, they're gonna catch some heat. You coming this way? You come this way and you looking all crazy, and I don't know what's going on, and I see you with a gun waving around, shooting or doing whatever, and you coming my way, I'm just lining you up, player. Just know that right there. I'm just lining you up because again, you know, whether I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing, it's just my mentality is I got to do what I got to do to protect my family, because 9 times out of 10, if I'm at the mall, my family's going to be with me. I'm not shopping at the mall by myself. So, and it's like, I'm going to protect my family. If I'm at church, my family's with me. If I'm out, my family's with me. So I'm protecting my family at all costs.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the scary part is, and we've been touching on it all show, just the fact that anybody and everybody, Glenda hit it right here at 18. She was living in the South, and there was a lot of her friends had guns. Like, everybody has one now. You know, they're so easy to come by.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's just very scary because you can't go out and fight no more. It was just on the news here in Dallas. Some dude, they was fighting in the parking lot and shooting each other in the parking lot. It looked like one of them big mall parking lots. You know, they got nice cars. The one had a Charger. The other one had looked like a Hyundai Genesis or something. These fools out here shooting each other. Like,
Yeah, I'm not looking
that's
for
the
the rah
first line
rah.
of defense. Like the
Yeah.
first line of defense. That's scary. You know, it's very scary. Everybody mad. You know, everybody walking down the street just mad. You know, just trying to look hard, and you know, it's
Yep,
just
trying.
so
You said that
much.
right.
Well, that and then too, we got to remember, and because I don't know, because this is Coy's generation. It's not mine. But we got to remember about this generation growing up. They don't have any social skills. Y'all are used to socializing online. Y'all don't know how to deal with personal conflict. Somebody in your face, somebody talking to you, somebody being aggressive with you in your face. See, back in the day, like me and Bink growing up, if somebody got in our face, we knew how to handle that. Like, yo, dude, you better step out of my.
Just start shooting.
Yeah. Their thing is they don't know how to handle aggression or aggressive behavior in person because it's always been social media and typing and talking.
Twitter fingers, gangster fingers.
Yeah, gangster fingers. Everybody's tough on social media, and then when and then in person, it somebody try to pull your card. I mean, it's a rough game.
And another thing, I'm from Oak Cliff, Woodtown.
That's
area.
my hood.
So Coy, explain what Oak Cliff is for people listening in other cities. Like they might not know what Oak Cliff is, or the area. They might not know the area.
Oak Cliff is in the South. I feel like it's getting a little better in the area depending upon which part of Oak Cliff you're in, because they're doing a lot of gentrification and stuff.
Yes.
But it's a little rough. It's a little bit rough. You might see some people on the corner, whether it's women or men,
Easy to explain. If you go to any major city in America from east to west, every city's got an Oak Cliff.
Basically.
Every city's got an Oak Cliff on the south side.
On the south side of town, for the most part, and preferably on MLK somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't live on MLK. That's a little tougher than where I'm from. But I went to Cedar Hill, so I didn't go to school in that Oak Cliff area. And a lot of the kids that went there at Cedar Hill, they lived in Lake Ridge in these big houses, but they were the ones that were acting the hardest at school. And I was like, why? Like, why do you want to claim like you're from the hood when you live in this big old mansion? I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
They try to really act the hardest, and those be the ones that have the guns, don't know how to fight. They got a SRT charger. I'll be like, why?
I'm halfway hating because even though my truck is paid for, but it ain't new. And these fools out here, I'm up here busting my ass every day trying to keep a paycheck coming in. And like you said, Corey, these fools got the Hemis, they got the Chargers, they got the Benzes, they got the Cadillacs, and I'm like, damn man, all these fools get these cars better than mine. Like,
and be 16.
Yeah.
I got my mama's old Honda 2003 Honda Accord, and they were up there driving. A good car,
by the way.
Oh yeah, and they were up here driving in Benz and all of those type of cars, and they would be like, mine had like a little paint missing, so they talk about that, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I couldn't get a new car, but at least I have a car. So
you got dog it right. At least you moved around.
Yeah, but again, it's that generation of instant gratification and microwave generation where they got to have it now. Everything's
spoiled too.
Yeah,
spoiled.
Yeah, that's what it is. Just spoiled. I mean, if you go old school with it, that's all it is. Just being spoiled. I mean, they want what they want and they want it now. It's just like Willy Wonka, that girl. I want the world. I want the whole world. Give it to me.
I'm laughing at Bink bobbing his head.
Yeah. So,
everybody remembers Veronica from Willy Wonka. That is the epitome of what the generation we are having today, because it's just they spoil like that. They want it all.
Mm-hmm. Even when it comes to how some people feel like they're like you said, they're obligated to everything. Some men feel like they're obligated to women. Like Everybody feels obligated to everything nowadays, whether it's material or a person. It's everything.
Yeah. I know what I'm obligated to. This brand new DMX. Have you heard that yet, B?
I was just about to ask you. I heard one song. I heard
he got an album?
Yeah, it came out on Friday. It came out on Friday, right?
Exodus, man. It is banging. Oh my God. The first 3 tracks are just killer. Killer.
What is it called? I'm about to search
Exodus.
I'm just gonna...
It's Exodus. It's Exodus is done by Swiss Beats. Swiss Beats killed it. Can I just tell you that? Like Swiss Beats, like hook. Like if you're gonna go out and rest in peace to DMX, if you're gonna go out, this is the way to go out. That second track with Nas, Jay-Z, and DMX, that's it. Man, hey Coy, I'm telling you right now. Yeah.
That's it. You got it up there perfect.
That's it. And I guarantee you, if you push play, you'll let that joint ride.
I know it's a song on there that sound like Slippin'. They sound like the 2021 version of Slippin'. Because I remember when Swish was debuting it, we was listening online, and I forget the name of the song, but yeah.
I think it's that one with Bono. I think it's that
Moneybag Yo.
I think it's that one with Bono that he's doing with Bono.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
That's almost like a Slippin' kind of vibe. The track he did with Bono, which I thought myself was like, I was like, man, how's Bono and DMX gonna go together, man? But they worked that. I'm telling you right now, if you haven't jumped on this Exodus right now, you slipping. And again, that one with DMX, he got, and the one after the first one with the locks, that's heat.
Oh yeah,
Locked out of the scraper.
Yeah, the first one is with the locks. That joint is fuego. It's straight fuego. And then the next one with Jay-Z and Nas, that's heat. Yeah, that's heat. And then the one after that, I believe, is with Lil Wayne, and that's fire. Come on, man, you got 3 straight hot tracks off the jump right there. It's just, oh man, it's hot. I haven't stopped listening to it. Yeah, you got to jump on that, man. Got to jump on that.
Speaking of jumping on stuff, let's look at this right quick. This is totally off the record.
Okay, I respect your position. Well, if you respected my position, you would not resist the rest like you were doing. The only thing I'm saying now is that I did not really know who you were. I thought you was a thug. Let me ask you, how am I a thug if we're driving let me finish. A black and white police car, they've got a tan uniform on, with a badge, guns, magazines, and patches that say Metropolitan Police Las Vegas. How does that make me a thug? Well, I did not see you, for one. It's dark over here, and when you... How about the overhead lights? I thought it was Christmas. I didn't...
Yeah.
He said he thought it was Christmas. But let me tell you something. let me tell you something. And shout out to the little homie. Shout out to him, because you know what he did? Action, Coy.
He flipped it.
He flipped it. He created his own narrative, and he gonna stick by his narrative. And that's what he believes, because that's how they do us all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He was aggressive. He was resisting. I fear for
He's
my
a drug
life.
dealer.
He was a drug dealer. He wouldn't show his ID. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He flipped it and like, look, this is my truth. I'm gonna stick to it. I didn't know who you was. He said, I thought it was Christmas, and that's funny as hell.
He went Donald Trump. He went Donald Trump on the narrative.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
but
did.
they're not gonna believe that. Oh, I thought it was Christmas. But the sincerity in how he was presenting the story, I would have just, as an officer, been cracking up. Just
now,
soon as he said he thought it was Christmas, I would have lost it right there.
Is he sitting down or he a midget? Let's look.
Okay, I respect your position. Well, if you respected my position, you would not resist the rest like you were doing. The only thing I'm saying now is that I did not really know who you were. I thought you was a thug. Let me ask you, how am I a thug if we're driving let me finish. A black and white police car, they've got a tan uniform on, with a badge, guns, magazines, and patches that say Metropolitan Police Las Vegas. How does that make me a thug? Well, I did not see you, for one. It's dark over here, and when you... How about the overhead lights? I thought it was Christmas. I didn't...
He's a midget. It's a longer video to it, like before that part.
He looked like he on his knees.
Wait a minute. Is that the one that was climbing the pole?
I don't
Okay,
remember what
maybe
he was
not.
doing, but I do know that it's a longer version today, and he's a midget.
Okay, because he looked kind of cut up. Shout him out for working out.
Hold up. We don't call them midgets. He's
Little people.
Yeah.
Little
No,
people.
I don't care. Call them
All right.
I am so not politically correct. You call him midget, dwarf,
So
Lilliputian.
But you know, you have to be careful because this generation is sensitive. That's why, like Family Guy and South Park, they don't care about all of that.
that's the funniest stuff ever. Family Guy and
Yes.
South Park. It's
They'll talk
another one.
about
American Dad.
anything.
American Dad.
Oh,
That's funny
American
too.
Dad. I wouldn't say the Cleveland show. They really didn't push any boundaries. I think that's why it didn't last that long.
Yeah, the Cleveland show. Yeah. Well, no, let's come on, Coy. It's 2021. The Cleveland, 2017, wherever it was out, the Cleveland show didn't. Okay, now let me tell you. Now let's think about this. Let's think about this, Coy. What's the difference between Family Guy, American Dad, South Park, and the Cleveland show? What's the difference? You goddamn right. The lead character is a black dude. We don't care if it's a play. We don't care if it's a movie. We don't care if it's a cartoon. Ain't no niggas gonna get ahead of the white people, period.
But I do like the Cleveland show, but I mean, yeah, you're right.
That's why. That's basically why. And that's a shame.
Yeah, I've never been one, and forgive me too out there, and it's not personal. I think it's an age thing with me. I've just never been politically correct. I don't conform to the norms, and it's like people like, well, you can't say that anymore. You can't be that way anymore. I'm like, why not? I don't. There's no rules to life, people. There are no rules to life.
Yeah.
I mean, you already know when it happened. Dave Chappelle spoke on when everybody became sensitive, but I'm not gonna say because I don't want to offend anybody. But it's true.
You're not gonna offend nobody, but you might offend some of the audience out there. But there are no rules to life. If there's a rule book, nobody ever showed me, so that's why I'm not following the rules. So again,
that's what that is.
Yeah, it's none. So if you get around me and you say like, actually, you can't say that, that's not politically correct, then I'm gonna look at you just as crazy as you looked at me when I said what I said.
That's what
because everybody talk about everybody. That's why I understand why everybody's so sensitive. Everybody talks about everything and everybody.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, see, I think that's part of the problem, though. I think that's part of the problem. We have become such a politically correct society that we all walking on eggshells. We can't release this inner tension. Like, see, look at that.
Let's take that part out the recording.
Yeah, I'm choking Coy up.
Ooh, the water got me.
You got that right, B. We from Oaktown. We don't conform like that. Again, I think, honestly, if you think about it, though, I think that may be part of the problem because we are all walking on eggshells and have to be so sensitive toward others that we holding in all this tension amongst ourselves. We can't release it because we can't.
Scared of getting canceled. Cancel culture.
Well, some
really
of us,
big.
some absolutely, and shame on people who be canceling people because after they cancel them, they be trying to bring them back. And I got so many people they were trying to cancel, and it was
Doja Cat.
What she do?
Yeah, what she do?
She was on some website and she was talking about black people, and she's black, but she was talking about black people. She was talking about them in some type of negative way that people are like, no, she's canceled, but now she like topping the charts and performances. Everybody forgot about that now.
Yeah, they forgot about it when they was trying to get Cube, when they was trying to cancel Cube because Cube had an agenda for black people and wouldn't nobody holler at him. But Trump said, "I'll holler at you," and they got mad for him going over there hollering at Trump. And I mean, just to go over there and see what he got to say, he can't do that. Now, Kanye, shaking hands and taking pictures and wearing the "Make Me Say It Again" hat.
That's a little different.
I cancel Kanye. No, just joking.
Yeah.
He was on my cancel list. No, I still mess with Kanye, but I mean, it's like Kanye's Kanye. Kanye could be Kanye,
and he's been different ever since, his mom passed. That was sad, but he's been a little different since then. That was his world. That's all he had.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess he could use that as an excuse, but a lot of people lost their mom. So I mean, it's like, and haven't gone crazy, but I don't know. Like I said, I've never been a part of the cancel culture. Never will be a part of the cancel culture. I
Me
never been a
It's
part of the
stupid.
politically correct culture. I'm not going to do that. I'm not selling out like that. I'm not. And I'll throw an N word as quickly as I will any other word. If you in my circle and you rolling around with me, it just flies like that. But again, that's just me. So I'm not going to change, and ever. And if you want me to change, then you don't want to be around me.
Speaking of change, let's look at this. I was trying to wait till Shani got on, but I don't think she's gonna make it.
Come on, Shani.
Let's
Where's
look
she at the track?
Well, the girls had track practice today.
Yeah, they got to be
they getting ready for their meet this weekend. So
yeah.
We got to big up Carly, we got to big up Tam. They about to get it. She got Carly did the what is it? She run the 40 and a 2-1. Is that right? She run.
Oh,
Bink is on that track. Bink is on that track.
But she fast though, and she about to tear it up over the weekend. On the weekend,
and
coming
she
up.
should.
But let's look at this. What's happening in the schools? And Coy, we really need to do something about this.
Hey, how come my penis gets big sometimes and points up in the air?
That's called an erection.
Sometimes I touch my penis because it feels good.
Sometimes when I'm in my bath or when Mom puts me to bed, I like to touch my vulva too.
You have a clitoris there, Kayla, that probably feels good to touch the same way Keith's penis feels good when he touches it. But have you ever noticed that older kids and grown-ups don't touch their private parts in public?
They don't?
That's right, Keith. It's okay to touch yourself and see how different body parts feel, but it's best to only do it in private.
Well, if private parts are so special, why do you cover them up?
Because they are private, silly.
That's right, Kayla, because they are private.
I mean, hold on.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, Coy, it's actually grammatically.
It's informative.
Yeah, it's informative and it's actually correct, and it's very I don't want to say enlightening, but it's very, like you say, informative. There you go. My problem with this is the boy looked like he 4 and the girl looked like she 5, and I don't remember those tendencies for me when I was that young. Now, if they would have been some teenagers talking like that, I would have been like, okay, this is cool for some 8th graders, some 7th graders, But these like kindergarten dudes say, hey, I touch my penis and it feels good. Like, what the fuck? Like, are you kidding me?
It does.
Honestly. Oh my God. I mean, only reason why I can see why they possibly made it is because, like, when I was growing up, it wasn't a lot of social media around. Like, I mean, it was MySpace and stuff, but I didn't really have that access. I didn't have an iPad and iPod, and I didn't have all of that. But now little kids, they have access to everything. I be seeing them with iPhones at 6 years old. So you can only imagine what they're probably searching and being exposed to at an earlier age than what we were exposed to. So I've heard people saying that they had sex when they were 9. So I feel like I can see why the video was made, but if it was my child, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. But I know the exposure is different compared to now and then.
Mommy.
Yeah.
What's a penis?
Yeah, exactly. Let kids be kids.
I think, let them be kids. Let them play with dolls and all that stuff. And you're right, Coy. I never thought about that because I was about to go in on this subject, but I need to tone down because I never thought about stuff that kids have access to. My kids have had their own phone since they were like 5. And
they've had the internet since 5.
Yeah. So
see, I had a flip phone, so that's when razors and slide up phones was out. So we didn't have access to that.
Right. So, and like you said, it's no telling what they see on TikTok and Zoom and TikTok and all these different apps that's out there, and you can't get around it. You cannot get around it. Action. I'll be in the car, you know, listening to songs with cussing in it, and I can tell, you know, my kids, you know, why you know, like they listen to stuff with, well, I caught them listening to stuff with cussing in it one time. No, I'll give you a prime example. In case my family watching, I don't want to expose nobody, but somebody in my family, not my immediate family, but my extended family, was over here, young boy, in the room with my son and his other cousin, listening to a song. I think it was that might have been Lil Uzi Vert or that dude. They be doing the video for that.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? Spot 'em, got him. I think that's who it is.
Yeah, the beatbox.
Yeah. So he in there, you know, bitch, fuck you, bitch, this dick in your mouth. The little kid singing it word from word. I bust in the door like the man. I'm like, cut that, you know, cut that off. What's wrong? Do your mama let you listen to music like this at home? Sometimes. I was like, what do you say to that? So the only thing I could come up with, Coy, action. The only thing I could come up with is like, well, we don't do that over here.
Yeah.
And then I got on my son for letting it go down in his room like that. Cause nigga, this your house. And you letting people make the rules for your house. So I got on him and embarrassed him in front of the kids though. But I ain't stupid. My kids be on my son be on the phone with his friends. I'm sure he'd be like, fuck you, bitch. I'm sure he do. You know what I'm saying?
I know my little brother got a mouth. I remember when I first heard him, I was like, on that video game, you know, when you going live and all of that type of stuff, it introduces you to different people that do talk like that.
Because we didn't have that access action. We had Atari and we was playing against our brothers and sisters. And we had a big dot on the TV that went boing, boing.
Yes, and let me bring it around full circle though. Like it's crazy to me that video that you showed is an educational video. Obviously, right? It's an educational video, but we can educate our kids on something like that, but they don't know nothing about the Tulsa. What happened in Tulsa?
Yeah.
They don't want to teach that, but they want to teach your kid what an erection is or what a clitoris is, which is good, and they can learn that in biology, simple biology. But at the same time, they'll push that kind of agenda, that kind of education, but they won't teach real history about what happened in America, what happened to our people, what happened to our culture. So again, it's kind of crazy. And as far as exposure is concerned, I expose my kids to all that myself. I didn't try to hide. I don't try to hide nothing from my kids because the world is not going to hide nothing from the kids. I'd rather I teach it to my kids and let them know what's good and what's bad. And like, yeah, you can hear that, you can say that, but you don't have to repeat it because they're going to hear it.
They are going to hear the action. That's so right.
You're going to hear it, but you don't have to repeat it. So, and again, you can know what it is, but you don't have to use it. So again, I like to expose my children to stuff like that because again, they're going to hear it anyway. And I'd rather them hear it from me and be like, okay, I heard that from dad. It ain't nothing new or nothing like that. I've never tried to shield my kids from anything because again, the world is not going to shield nothing from them.
And, you know, just to add in on that, I mean, I feel like that was too early to speak on that. But even in high school, some parents feel some type of way about sex education. And I think that it should be, you know, you should be able to talk about it. And
you should be able to talk about it. But I mean, I just think there's a, you know,
Kathy.
When I noticed that I had started growing hair, pubic hair, I was like, what the hell going on here? You know what I'm saying?
Corey had to walk out on that one. She walked out on that one.
No filter over here, baby. No filter.
Corey, like, oh, hold on, you got big talk about pubic hair.
But that's when it all started to make sense. I'm like, you know, and then we had sex education, I think in 7th grade. I think that's when we started talking about it, 7th grade. And it was all funny back then. You know.
Yeah.
But you know,
no, for real.
You know, I remember watching Roots. One time I was watching Roots and I just don't know what came over me. But it was a scene, and I think Kissy was kissing the Chicken George or something. I was like, what the hell is going on? I'll be back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just like, what's happening here? Like this is
I
different.
still feel some type of way watching sex scenes with my family, and I'm grown.
Yeah.
Turn this off, because then they get to looking. I'll be like,
yeah, I usually had to have the dad look, because me and my kids watch movies together, and when they throw a sex scene on there, from little young age though, I'd be like,
yeah, exactly. But it's
like, cover your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Remember that? Yeah, but I'm at that age, not age, but my daughter's at that age where she about to start doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out or trying to hang out and trying to go here and go there. 15.
Oh yeah.
Like literally,
That's the age.
like literally before I came home. Yeah, literally before I came home, I had to correct some shit. That's why I was late. But that's another story. And so she got it coming after this show. Man, hold up.
They got that Beyonce at that age. They start feeling themselves.
Look, I got cussed out a lot.
Yeah.
My mama did not play that.
My mama say though, what she say? My mama say, you want to be embarrassed? Set the stage. You want to put on a show? Set the stage.
Look, I got cussed out in the neighborhood. I got cussed out in the mall. I got cussed out everywhere. My mama, I'd rather take a whooping over getting cussed out, because my mama, she go in.
She go in.
Like,
oh man.
Well, look, man,
the times we're living in.
Yeah, the times we living in, from guns to sex to phones to shootings to this is America, ladies and gentlemen. Racism, all that. But look, appreciate y'all checking in tonight. Yes. I got some stuff I need to do right quick on the father tip.
Relax on that, but don't forget. Media Room 360, download the app. It is free. We're here for you every single day. And shout out Michael Sean and the Legends in the Morning. They got the Free Agent Radio app. Check out Michael Sean tomorrow morning with Jay Black. I think Jay Black is actually going in for a surgery tomorrow too. So let's keep him in our thoughts and in our prayers. He's getting his rotator cuff worked on. Yeah. But Cam will be there, Sexy Mo and Shawnee will be there in the morning. And we appreciate you guys and really love you for the support, and thank you for supporting us for all this time. Make sure you share, like the app, and make sure you pass it on. Tell a friend and tell a friend. We are here for you every single day, live and in full effect. And I just want to always put that out there, because we can't do it without you guys. You guys are the ones that keep us going. So we appreciate
black owned. We black owned by a sister. Black owned. Shawnee Scott. She is the owner. Shiny. Coy's in the building. Max's in the building. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh,
yeah, you got to stop it.
I was
like, did I cut it out? Oh no.
Yeah, not yet.